Welcome to Colts Beer, the podcast where football fever meets cold beer. Here we talk all things Indianapolis Colts, from epic touchdowns to close games to the hottest NFL rumors. Sit back, grab your favorite beverage, and let's tackle the next quarter together. Go Colts!
Hello everybody and welcome back to Colts Beer. It's the 14th episode. I called it the Scratchy Voices episode because after Berlin our voices are all a bit stressed. Man, what a weekend. But before we jump into the weekend, after 2 weeks in Berlin barely, I felt a bit homesick. So today I took my homegrown beer, my homegrown from my area again. And I drink it out of this beauty. So today with us is Connor from Ireland. Connor, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, thanks, Andreas. Thanks for having me on, lads. It's an absolute pleasure. Delighted to be on tonight. So, as Andreas said, I'm Connor from Ireland. Big Colts fan. Have been a Colts fan now for over 10 years now, actually. So time does fly. And one of the best things I've ever done is actually joining the Colts supporters group. So shout out to Andy, another Irishman. He's who got me involved. I met him on the preview night for the NFL Dublin game, and he got me added in. So big shout out to Andy, and a big shout out to everyone in the Colts supporters group. I met a lot of yous over in Berlin. I somehow missed yous all because I was in Frankfurt, and I somehow missed yous all. So, yeah, it was great to meet a lot of people over in Berlin, and hopefully the guys and ladies that didn't make it hope to eventually meet yous somewhere down the line. So, yeah, that's my quick story.
Yeah, welcome to the podcast, Connor. Thanks for having me again. I feel like a permanent guest already somehow. Yeah, great to have you here this time, Connor. The day of the beer, the beer of the day. Sorry, my brain is still in Berlin. Beer of the day. I had so much German beer, so I'm going back to an Austrian beer, my favorite beer. I had this here before. But I have a special opener. Shout out to Janice from the Blue Brewery. Thanks for giving me this bottle opener in Berlin. I will open my beer now with it. Sam, up to you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, hey guys. Yeah, definitely Scratchy Voices is a good name for the podcast this week. My beer of the day is nothing special, just a beer and Moretti, just an Italian lager. It was all I had left in the fridge after coming back from Berlin. So, but cheers, guys. Chip, great to have you on again. Ulrich, great to have you, Connor. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys.
I actually only have a Club Orange, a Rock Shandy actually, but maybe there's a bit of vodka in it. Who knows?
I might have slipped in there.
Yes, what a weekend.
Yeah.
Holy.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Can't imagine a better outcome for that whole weekend. From Thursday night till Monday. It was just perfect what the Colts did in total for us. All the party at the center and the game, obviously. Yeah, what was your experiences this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing that stands out to me the weekend was just unbelievable. Meeting everyone, seeing everyone there was fantastic. I think the difference between what was set up for Frankfurt versus Berlin. Obviously, I know the Colts were the away team in Frankfurt, so I'm more coming at from the whole experience of the NFL. Everything that the guys did in the Colts events team was phenomenal. What they had set up at the center there was just unreal. It was just a fairy tale playground for a Colts fan. So, yeah, I mean, hats off to those guys. It was pretty unbelievable this weekend.
Yeah, same from me. All I can say is thank you to all the cool staff who made this happen. Thank you to our owners. Thank you to Ben, everyone who was involved in this event. From my heart as a Colts friend from the Austrian Colts crew, thank you for making this happen. We had an absolute blast. I mean, I need to scroll through my photos just to remember everything that happened because it was unbelievable. I mean, it really blew my mind. Like, guys from the US say it was a life-changing experience, and I mean it. I mean, as a Colts fan, it changed my life, this experience. It was such a great time meeting all of you guys in person for the first time, most of them. Seeing all these other guys again, meeting new people from Austria, from all over the world. It was just fantastic.
Yeah, it was genuinely, it was even a better trip than I ever imagined it. And I had high expectations before I went, but no, it was unbelievable. A big part of that as well was the people. Like, I can't reiterate enough how much that's all those Colts fans and the Colts supporters group, how great people they all are. Honestly, a bunch of legends. And they all had a right old laugh and a bit of crack in them, and just it was great to meet so many die-hard Colts fans as well. The diversity of the group as well, people from all over, different ages, different backgrounds. It was just great. And yeah, the Colts hub was unbelievable as well. There was so much going on there. So massive thanks, as you guys said, to everyone that organised. And to top it all off, what a game! I don't think we could have gotten a. I think that was my favourite NFL game of the year, genuinely. So yeah, 10 out of 10 weekend.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, I think I would say we jump into the game a bit later. Before that, on that weekend, seeing every day coming more Colts fans, and every day seeing new faces, and a lot of people are like, "Oh yeah, you Andreas, yes Sam," and you only know the names because we don't know faces so far because we are all just in the WhatsApp chat, and seeing people in person is one of my absolute highlights. Seeing so many of you guys. It was so cool. Yeah, meeting every day new awesome people.
Yeah, and a shout out to you and Christoph for setting up the fan march on the Sunday. I mean, that was a pretty unforgettable experience. Starting from the Brandenburg and doing all the photos there, just seeing the size of the group was pretty special. Humbling, I guess, would be the word to say. Seeing everyone there, and then marching to the station, and then from the station to the stadium. It just started the day off perfectly.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
just on that, Sam, like it felt like a privilege to be part of it, didn't it?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it was a special thing to start the day. The whole fan march. I think we can call it a success because look at the pictures. It's amazing. Look at the videos. It's amazing. I mean, this fan march was over the top. Like, we gathered even some people from Indy. Like, we told them, "Hey, join our fan march," and they were there, and I was so excited. Like, people that didn't know about the fan march until Saturday came in time on Sunday just to join us, and it was like an unbelievable experience.
Yeah, definitely.
Like I said, seeing all the people in especially that last picture in front of the stadium, it was like pretty hard to hold on and not start crying.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, and just on touch on what Ulrich said, a shout out to all the guys that travelled over from Indiana and the States. I think it just adds to the fact that this team is the best team to support in the NFL. You know, it's a true family-run business where you see that with the owners, see that with Cale and Carly turning up at the Lindenbrow, I think, and it speaks volumes with the fans that they come over with such great attitudes and just so happy to meet everyone. It was awesome to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what you said, all these Americans, there were so many American Colts fans. That was amazing.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I talked to a few, and they were like not missing this because they said we are season ticket holders. We come over for any game, and if it's in Berlin, we could travel to Berlin. And I think that's such a great attitude, and just shows you how much passion they have. And they are as crazy as we are. Maybe we are a little bit more crazy because if you talk to them and tell them, "Oh, I get up at 2 a.m. in the morning to watch the Colts if there's a night game," they're like, "You guys are more crazy than us." I'm like, "No, we are not crazy. We are just passionate." But yeah, so many fun talks with the guys from and girls from Indy too. So yeah, shout out for them traveling and joining us at the fan march.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And I'd actually just like to give a shout out as well to Christoph. I think yourself, Andreas, for organizing the flags. I thought that was special as well. A real touch of class. So thanks very much for that.
This shout out you really can give to Christoph. He did all that flag design and even the banner design. It was all on Christoph. So yeah,
he did it.
Shout out to you, Christoph.
Yep. Shout out to you, Christoph, for taking care of anything and everything at the Lindenbroy too. So we had a few situations where he was needed, and he did everything to make everyone happy. So shout out to you, Christoph. If you could say thank you, but I know he lost his voice, so we say thank you for everything, Christoph, and yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I thought JJ and Lara did an unbelievable job as well. I thought that it was fantastic the way they got the crowd going, and obviously they're great people as well, interacting with us at the Lindenbrow in between. I thought, it was just there was nothing wrong with the weekend at all. It was just perfect. You couldn't have made it any better.
Yeah.
I talked to Ulrich before we started it. JJ as a person, also. I mean, on stage, it's just his work, his business. He's amazing doing that. But when he comes down the stage, he's just jump into the crowd, and being such a natural person, such a nice person. It was really a highlight for a lot of us, having one like him being just with us.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think like everybody I met who's involved or working for the Colts. I mean, even I was lucky to meet both Carly and Kalen. I could tell you, these are the two nicest persons I've ever met. Like they were like, "Yeah, no problem. I will sign this. I will sign that. Yeah, we can take a picture. Whatever." They even talked to us. Like Kalen's husband talked to me and my buddy Ryan like just the Colts for 3 minutes. Like they are like really down to earth and just nice and happy for the support we give to the Colts and just glad we are having fun. And I mean, that's even more like if I wouldn't have been a diehard anyways, like I would be a diehard after this weekend. So yeah.
Yeah, totally agree. When do we get to do it again, guys? Let's run it back.
Let's jump in.
We will 100% be running it back.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
Yeah, stay a little bit at the Lindboy at the center. I mean, all the stage experience, all the legends hanging around there. For me, at the end of the day, it was amazing to meet them, but it was just a cherry on the top. Uh, they did so much stuff. Yeah, it was just super cool having the whole event was so overwhelming.
Mhm.
That meeting legends like Edgar and James, Bill Brooks, Joe White, and Dallas Clark was just like, oh yeah, that's cool too. You know what I mean, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just a like Sam said and before, it wasn't like a fairy tale for Colts fans. So yeah, as you said, it was like we talked about it, guys. Like we were like, will it be like Frankfurt? Will it be different? It was totally different. It was an event, and I mean an event
Mhm.
like this in the center at Berlin. It was crazy. I mean, it was like a playground there. I mean, the statues were amazing. They even had HP packs out there. So yeah, at the power party on Saturday, like yeah, I couldn't believe my eyes what's been going on there. So yeah, congratulations to everyone who was involved. It was fantastic.
Yeah,
That's what we
There was some amount of giveaways as well, wasn't there, lads? Like there was scarves, pints, signed jerseys, mini helmets signed,
a
mini
lot of
footballs signed. Like it was tremendous to see, wasn't it? It really made, I think, all the fans feel very appreciated. You know, so yeah, it was just phenomenal to see.
yeah. Dallas Clark pouring pints was definitely not on my bingo card for the weekend, but that's what we got. It was awesome.
that was
Uh,
amazing.
Yeah.
I'm sure there was
But
plenty not on your video card, Sam, that
Yeah,
happened,
to be
but
fair, yeah.
we won't get all of it.
Yeah, not wrong there. Not wrong.
we have two comments. The Zebo. Zebo, it was a pleasure to meet you again. He said also, thanks, Christoph. And Claudia is asking if we were inside when Carly got shots. Did she spend shots or it was just
I
3
didn't
rounds
see.
of beer?
It was pints, I think. I wasn't there when there were shots anyway.
Yeah,
No.
I can't remember shots too, but I think I had 3 pints of beer from her. So not exactly from her at that time.
Yeah.
I don't know if I was in there when she did shots, but she threw around at the bar. So I mean, she gave us some free beer, and that was amazing. Like she tried to do it in German, and she did a really good job. But I think there wasn't too many German speakers in there at this point, so she did it again in English, and then it was like everybody went crazy. So yeah, it was a fun part of what was it, Saturday? Yeah, Saturday.
It was anyone was yelling at me because I came out and was like, oh yeah, I just had 3 beers on Kali. And they were like, oh, why the fuck did you don't tell us? And I was like, it was free beer. I didn't have time to get to anyone.
Like I remember you came right next to me and you asked me like, what did you order? It's free beer, so just get your beer and go.
Get a beer, finish it, get a new one.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's just shows how appreciative they are about the community, about us as fans, and like I said before, they're like the nicest persons I've ever met, and like yeah, thank you again to Carly, to Kaylin, and Casey for setting this up and let us fans having so much fun there. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. 100%.
Yeah. So let's go back to the stadium before the game. I mean, we had something really special to do. Ulrich and Sam. We were allowed to go to the Olympia steps and walk down the steps. It was I watched that video today, and when we start walking down, it's like in the Scorpions song. Uh, it's just saying, "Take me to the magic of the moment." I was like, "Fuck yeah, that fits."
Perfect timing, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was
It was-
even before we walked down the steps, seeing the winds of change from like being able to see it out the whole stadium. That was just spine tingling. Just seeing that on the Sunday, it was yeah. I mean, that is just unforgettable. Like it'll never be forgotten.
Yeah, I think for this whole like winds of change and all what happened in Germany back in the time, like for this celebration of it, I think we had the best seat in the house because look at the pictures we got from there. It's crazy. And yeah, again, thanks to the Colts for inviting us to go down there. And then as we were waiting, like they were like, "Oh, we got more wristbands for you." And then like when people came over from our fan club, like, "You want to join? You want to join?" And yeah, it was an unforgettable experience for these guys too. So yeah, I mean, as Andreas said, it was magic of the moment when we were up there and then walking down the stairs and seeing our team doing the entrance in the stadium. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It was a pretty cool stadium, guys, wasn't it? Like old fashioned, yeah, but very cool, you know. Because you know the way we're so used now to like very modern stadiums like SoFi or the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and you know they're all gone very modern. It was very cool, I think, the way it was in that stadium. I did like as well the way they covered the running track. I thought that made it look 10 out of 10. So yeah, I don't think there was too many bad seats in the house. I was looking around. I think every seat would have been you would have had a pretty good view, unless there was like, you know, if you're right in front of one of them poles. But other than that, I think yeah, it was a pretty cool stadium actually, and not too many empty seats at all. I saw very few, you know, so great atmosphere as well.
Absolutely.
Let me check if I can show you. No, it won't work. I still have to learn how all this work.
I mean, going back to the guys running out of the tunnel and being next to it, I think the size of Grover Stewart is like you can't really appreciate the size of the man. Like he looks big on TV. I mean, you see it in person. My God, the man's a god of a man. He's
Yeah.
So don't want to mess with him.
Yeah, no, you definitely want him on your side. Let's put it that way.
No, yeah. Then we get into our seats and the game starts. First drive was we get turnaround downs with the Shane Dyson special.
Yeah.
the ones through the middle before no game. But after that, we were pretty good, I think. What's your takes of the game?
Yeah, I think it was overall an okay game. It wasn't our best performance. Like O-line struggles the last few games, like going back to the Steelers game and this game, I think it was 12 sacks combined, so that's a little bit too much. Steichen said yesterday in his press conference, these are just things they need to clean up. Like yeah, I hope he's right, and they will get it fixed for the Kansas City game, because now, as I said many times before, like the last third of the schedule is really tough. So I think there are good pass rushes too. So yeah, I hope the O line like kind of gets into the groove again. Like, yeah, I mean, what is going on with JT? This guy, just give him the MVP right now.
MVP.
It's,
MVP.
I mean, he's unbelievable. If Chris Ballard wouldn't have kissed him live on camera, I would have done it. He's crazy, dude. I mean, like, how many touches did he have? 35 for 286 yards and 3 touchdowns. Like 5 free touchdown games in a season, and we are in week, what is it now? 11, 10?
Yeah, 10 games played, yeah.
I mean,
I think in football history, there's only LT having 6 3 touchdown games in the whole season.
Yeah.
When I remember correctly. So, and being in range for Damon Tomlinson is just amazing. So,
yeah, he's been outrageous. Genuinely, I don't think it's close. I think he's the clear front runner for the MVP. The Colts offense this year even has been historically good. So Danny Dimes leads the league in QB passing yards. Taylor leads the league in running back yards, and Warren leads the league in tight end yards. Like, I think that speaks volumes. Tyler Warren, as we all know, is a rookie as well. Like, it's phenomenal what they've been doing. I actually tried figuring out if, I know we still have a long, seven games left, is it? I tried figuring out if a QB and running back ever led the league in, say, passing yards and rushing yards on the same team in NFL history. I don't think it's ever happened. I put it into chat AI, and AI came back and said that they couldn't, since the merger, they don't believe it's ever happened. So that's something to keep an eye on if that were to happen. I know we still have a long way to go, but I think even we're through 10 games, I think it shows you how good the offense have been. So
yeah, I mean, I agree. Obviously, everyone just says the MVP is a QB award, and that tends to be what the voters do. And I think I'd seen some people put on social media, that JT's just doing like a carbon copy of Saquon Barkley last year. JT's already got 2 more touchdowns than he had the whole season. So I don't think you can't compare the two things. Obviously, Saquon had the large rushing yards, 2,000 yards. Touch wood, if everything goes well, JT should easily eclipse that. But it's more it's the scoring that he's doing. Like he's keeping up on pace with quarterbacks. He's you see the memes, like he scored more touchdowns than like 7 teams like in the league themselves. Like it's crazy how prolific he's being, just as well as the rushing yards. But it's also just how good he is. Like, I mean, it's not like it's not like the offensive line is completely blowing like defensive lines out the water and JT is just walking through easy gaps. Obviously the long touchdown run on Sunday, I mean, that's going to stay with me forever. But I mean, that was bottled up. He was basically he got the first down. They probably got what they were looking for, but his skill is just his talent is what turned that into a whatever it was, 87-yard touchdown or 83-yard.
83 yards, I guess. Yeah.
Yards, so. And he was basically stopped on that right after the first down.
Yeah. When I watched it back, I was actually glad that a ref didn't jump in there with a whistle, because you could see them doing that. Like, it looked like he was just dead stopped, and all of a sudden, bang, he's gone.
He did actually in this game, in the beginning of the game, when JT was barely made a first down, or he would have made a first down, and they said they stopped the forward process like 3 or 4 yards earlier. It was pretty much at the beginning. I think on the first drive, but I'm not sure. Yeah, so they did it in that game, and yeah, like you said, it really could have happened there too. Saying like, okay, the process was stopped here. So, but we are really, I think we are all good with that. They didn't do that.
And I mean the cheeky little stiff arm on the cornerback as well. just get out of it and just see you later.
Sam, I honestly think like he's the perfect running back in the sense of he's very quick. His footwork is amazing. He's the best in the league at making a man miss, I think. Like if he gets to the second level, forget about it. That's it. He's great vision, but he's also a powerhouse. He can run through defenders if he needs to. So I honestly think he's the perfect mix of a running back.
Yeah, there were a couple runs Sunday where he just kept his feet churning and just powered through the tackle. Like you needed 3 defensive backs on Sunday to stop him. They couldn't do it on their own. And I mean the juke he threw for the winning touchdown was just absolute filth.
Like Madden, like he's averaging 6 yards a carry. That's like Madden number, you know.
Yeah. It did look like a glitch, didn't it? That way they drew the safety out of his shoes. That looked like a genuine glitch.
Yeah. But he's been an absolute pleasure to watch, and so have the Colts this year, and especially on offense. And I suppose we should probably talk about Alec Pierce.
Pay the man his money. Pay the man his money.
Yeah. Best deep threat in the league, in my opinion, anyway. But I think the numbers show it as well because he leads the league in yards per reception. I think he has the last 2 years as well. Last year he did as well. I saw that earlier. So I genuinely do think he's the best deep threat in the league. He's so good at using his body, big-bodied receiver. So I think he has to be a priority to re-sign.
Yeah, and he's added to his game as well this year. You know, he's added the intermediate routes.
Yeah,
you know, he's making contested catches, like you said. You know, the touchdown, he just bodied those. The defensive backs weren't exactly out of position. You know, he maybe had a step on. He had a step on them early, but not by the time the ball got there. But he just, you know, there was no one else catching that ball. Like that was Alec Pierce's. There was nobody else getting that. And then the long touchdown run, he shows you what you get with Alec Pierce as well. That guy's gonna play 100% to the end of the whistle, and you know he's chasing down, almost catching Jonathan Taylor to stop defensive backs from tackling him. It's just just pay that man his money.
I think Steichen and the coaches have really built something in that locker room. Like that there's really is it's all about the team, like just what you said back there about Alec Pierce, and I think was Warren as well with him doing a block. Like they really play for one another. I genuinely don't think they care who scores as long as the team is doing well. And you know, each week different people are stepping up. Like it wasn't Pittman's best game or Downs. They were quiet enough, but maybe against Kansas, I know for a fact that they'll have bigger games down the line. So that's kind of what's been the most impressive for me, that different players each week are stepping up, more so in the passing game or receiving game. Obviously JT's doing JT things each week, but in the passing game it's different guys each week stepping up. And then the guys that maybe aren't getting the receiving yards that week or whatever, I'm sure they're laying out lads for blocks, and you know, so it's a real team, I think, that Steichen has built in that locker room.
Like, did you see this one block of, I think it was Tanner Bordolini? Out of the way, dude. Like, this block was a highlight for me. Like I didn't see it in the game, of course, but I saw the highlight afterwards, and I was like, man, what a block. Like, these are the unsung heroes of this game. Like, down the trenches, these are the unsung heroes. Like, yeah, we always talk about the quarterback, the running back, the wide receivers. Like, unsung heroes are the linemen, man, because they are doing the dirty work all game long, and like nobody like who's average fan like will appreciate what they do. But this block, my goodness, it was such fun to see.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Before we talk about the comment from Tyler, we'll get your comment in a second. When you talk about the line, bad news from the weekend, from the other side of the line. Wagner went to injured, not coming to Berlin, into IR in like an hour. No, it was super crazy how fast that went.
Yeah.
I'm really concerned about that one because if you went to IR that fast with a neck injury, it must be serious, isn't it? Or what?
Yeah, I'd agree, Andreas. A neck injury for anyone is serious, but for like an NFL player, a pass rusher, I can imagine that's not good. I think Buckner has had neck issues before in his career, hasn't he? So yeah, you would be a bit worried about that. But hopefully he gets healthy. That's it is a bit of a worry though.
Yeah, if I was going to put not necessarily a positive spin on it, but my hope is that maybe the team were thinking, they already, obviously he wasn't playing at Berlin. We knew that he was not on the plane, so he wasn't playing Berlin. They looked at it, maybe, if they put him on IR then, it's 4 weeks rather than 4 games, isn't it? You just have to miss 4 weeks.
Yeah.
They might have thought, right, well, we've got a bye week involved in there. Like, let's just rest him up, You're effectively going to miss 3 games, assuming that he comes back straight after. I'm not saying that he will do or not, but maybe it was just more precautionary that, why let's not try and throw him out there. And, in the Chiefs game, he does something serious himself and he's out for the season. But yeah, I think just to touch on the defensive line as well, watching it back, it actually looks pretty solid on Sunday. It did its job. I thought Addy, I think he's looked good all season when he's had a chance to play. He's obviously going to get more chances now, I'd say, given the Buckner news. I thought he looked good. I thought JTT looked good when he kind of rushed from the inside, a bit Buckner-esque. I'm not saying he was, but more the rush style of Buckner. The stunt that him and Addy had going on in the middle of the defensive line, I think it was promising to see. Penix was under quite a bit of pressure. We didn't necessarily get high sack numbers, but there was a lot of pressure all game from those guys. So that was heartening to see.
Yeah, Sam, I think what speaks volumes there is I think Falcons went 0 for 8 on 3rd down.
Yeah.
So that's the whole defensive unit. That's coverage, as well as you obviously are getting Penix off rhythm. The pass rush, as you said, maybe they weren't actually sacking him, but they were making him scramble out of the pocket and off rhythm. So I think 0 for 8 on 3rd down is a massive stat that does show that the Colts defense did actually play quite well, especially in the biggest moments.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the defense did a good job on Sunday. I mean, you could see at the running game of the Falcons, like we are missing Buckner in the inside because all the big runs the Falcons had, like they were through the middle of our D line. And I think I read they worked out some defensive line guys yesterday or on Tuesday. Yeah, yesterday. I lost track of time. I'm sorry. So yesterday was Tuesday. Yeah. So I think we have a little bit of a hole with Buck out. Neck injuries always scare me. I'm a fan since 21 years. I know what happened to Peyton. So when I read neck injuries to star players, like my alarm bells are ringing.
Yeah.
So yeah, Christoph gave me a big shout at the Lindenbroy, like it's my fault Buckner is on the IR because I wrote in our group chat like, oh, neck injuries always scare me. And yeah, so I hope it's nothing serious. He would probably be much needed in the playoffs if we make it to the playoffs. And so, yeah. What do you guys think about Sauce debut? I think he did a good job. He nearly had a pick. I saw it. Like he just couldn't get a hold of the ball. Like he did, in my opinion, he did a really good job. Like coming in on Wednesday, learning all the defensive playbook, being on a plane ride to Germany on Thursday to Friday, arriving here on Friday, had like, how many practice did they have? Like 3? Starting in a game, I mean, he did mostly zone coverage, but you could see what he can bring to our team. So what do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, I thought, watching it, when we watched it live, the 2-point conversion, it looked like he got absolutely cooked. When you watch it back, there was a little tangle of feet. So that's kind of why it went down. Yeah, I thought he looked really good. There was just, and the only bad play we had was the miscommunication on the touchdown to London. You wouldn't want Jermaine Pratt, taking that kind of stop go route on London. And that's just going to happen. He's had 2 practices and a walkthrough. What we can't expect him to be perfect week 1, but yeah. The break that he made on the interception, or the missed interception, unfortunately didn't catch it, but the play was quality. So, yeah, I mean, he's only made that defense a lot better.
Yeah, I thought actually he did quite well as well for, as you guys have mentioned, someone who's literally just arrived. That play where he almost got the pick, like he read that play, like he read the route like a book. And you could tell after how disappointed he was that he didn't actually get the pick. I'd need to see it back, but I felt like he probably nearly should have. That might be me being a bit harsh, but I felt like he did the hardest part of reading the route and getting there. But yeah, live, I thought he got cooked for that London 2-pointer as well. But no, there was just an unfortunate tangle of feet. So I was actually quite impressed as well. I don't think he gave up too much yards to London either. So as you guys have kind of said, he's definitely made that secondary a lot better.
Yeah, he really should have catched that interception. Like I said, he did all the hard work and just didn't redeem himself. So we got another guest in here.
Guest joining us now.
What does Neil without Sauce?
So, but I talked about the question from Tyler a few minutes ago, so it took so long. How crazy was to see pictures of Jones' bloody mouth after the game. I didn't even know what it was happening till I checked my phone when we go to overtime. Yeah, when I saw it, like the first 2 or 3 times, I thought it's just a meme. I didn't expect it was real because it looks so weird. Did any one of you got the situation when this happened in the stadium?
No, I had no idea. I mean, two things I'd say about it. One, I think it shows you, like, he's a tough guy. Like, he's not one of these, dare I say, he's not going to be tapping out for things like that. So I think that's good to see. And then 2, bless his soul. I mean, I don't think a guy could look any less cool with a bloody mouth than what Daniel Jones did. He really didn't look cool with it at all. Like, it was like Andrea said, I thought someone had just like photoshopped it on. It looked so bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure which hit exactly, because in fairness, Jones did take a good few hits there on Sunday. But yeah, he's a he is a bit of a warrior. Like he bounces back up, to be fair, which is what you want in your quarterback, who's obviously one of the leaders of the offense. So Yeah, but I'm not too sure which hit it happened on. But it was, yeah. Obviously, we know he's okay now, but like, it was funny to look at. I thought it was nearly some sort of just AI thing as well. Yeah. Did you guys think it nearly looked like some sort of just lipstick, like or something?
Some sort of like advert for lip balm or something.
It was more looking like someone put a line right over it. Oh, I fumbled again, or something like that. But yeah.
One question I've got for you guys Sunday, and I've not seen any real mention of it, but was anyone else surprised that Blackman got pretty much all the cornerback 2 snaps over Jalen Jones?
Yeah. So I have no idea why, because Jalen Jones made a great game last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has anyone seen anything from anyone saying why? I've not read anything.
Haven't either, no.
I mean, maybe it's because it's Jalen Jones just played on the same side like Sauce Gardner. Maybe that's the reason why. I don't know. Maybe it's a preference.
Yeah,
it's just came to my mind maybe because Jalen Jones always play. If you look at the defensive side of the field on the right side, like Sauce Gardner did on Sunday, so maybe that's the reason why. But I have no idea because I thought like Jalen Jones did quite good coming back from his injury, so it was a little bit unexpected just to see him just like. I read something like 5 defensive snaps all game, so yeah.
He only made the one. I mean, maybe slightly underthrown, slightly lucky, but he stopped the Pitts touchdown with his head, didn't they? hit him on the head. He had no idea it was coming.
I think that was a bit of a miss, if I'm being honest, from
thrown,
on the throw, because I like when that was in the air, I was like, that's a touchdown, you know. Yeah. So, but yeah, overall, the defense actually played pretty well. I think like if you look at the Falcons, I'd have to look at it again, but I think they put up less than 300 total yards. If you're to look at the score, you think they would put up maybe a bit more, but I think they were less than 300. Are you looking that up there now, Sam? Or?
Yeah, I'm just looking up.
Like the Colts, severely outgained them in terms of total yards. So the scoreboard probably makes it seem like a closer game than it was. What killed it, I suppose, us is maybe a few turnovers, like fumbles, obviously the Jones interception, and then we did get stopped, I think, twice on 4th down, didn't we? We moved the ball quite well.
Yeah, you're right. They're 290 yards total, 150 passing, 140 rushing. So in the past game, we pretty much bossed them, really.
Yeah. So I do think overall the Colts defense played quite well. I was happy enough.
Yeah, for me, a big hats off to Zaire Franklin, because I think I've been quite critical of him this season. But he came up massive in overtime, you know.
Yeah.
The two plays, the tackle for a loss, and then the sack, you know, that was just excellent. Yeah. Play, like, hats off to him there, because we should have had a 3-and-out in overtime. That was one of the worst illegal contact calls I've ever seen. The wide receiver just ran straight through Blackman, but we still got the ball back anyway.
Yeah, that was a terrible call. I didn't think it live, but I remember I quickly checked on my phone at the time, and the wide receiver initiates the contact on that. He's the one. So yeah, that was a terrible call. But Franklin, as you said, did come up massive in overtime, especially.
Yeah, I think as the game went on, the defense got better and better. Just they had some critical stops, going to the officiating. I think it wasn't one of the worst officiated games like we had all season. Like what did they do at the coin toss for the overtime? Like, he asked Franklin for the coin toss. We are the home team. What's going on? I mean, he declares the end of the game after this. What was it like?
Oh, yeah. The
Intentional
that was weird.
grounding from the Falcons. Like,
these
refs seem confused to me. Like, yeah.
Maybe
there was a penalty, like I think in the first quarter, when it was like the same, like illegal contact at the 20-yard line of us. Like, I was like, the receiver ran into our guy. What should our guy do? Disappear? I mean, yeah, the officiating was a little bit, questionable. Let's call it questionable.
I will say they probably did us a favor with that overtime coin toss, because I'm not sure that in the new overtime rules, you want to get the ball first. I think you probably want it second, so you know what you've got to go and do. But they did us a little favor. I mean, we had no idea in the stadium. I had no idea what was going on. I just saw him flip it twice. I was like, why are we doing it?
I thought like he was like, what's your call? And Franklin said tails, and then it's tails, and we want to toss. And I was like, yeah, let's go. I was like, they're not supposed to ask us. It's the call. They are supposed to ask the Falcons. Like, when they redid the coin, they're like, yeah, I was not mistaken. Crazy scenes down on the field.
Yeah. Just on that, Sam, as well. Yeah, I fully do agree with you. In the sense with the new overtime rules now, if you win the toss, you have to kick it away, because very worst case, you give up the touchdown. But at least if you do happen to do that, you realize you've 4 downs on. You're giving yourself an extra down each time to move the ball, because you need a touchdown. Yeah. So to me, it just makes no sense that if you win the toss to take the ball. And I think most teams now do kick the ball away if they win the toss in overtime, don't they, really? So
we have Tyler again. Thank you, Tyler, for being active here. Styson said the refs were looking at Portolini's knee on the JT one they called short of the first down earlier of the game. The one we talked about when they said they stopped him early. So they didn't say they stopped the process. They just looked on the wrong knee.
I mean, JT's a big guy, but I don't think his knees are going to look like what Portolini like, are they?
So yeah, the refs had pretty not the best day in the NFL.
Maybe they had a rough night before.
Yeah, were they at the Lindenbrow?
Probably. Yeah, and Bjorn also saying the overtime toy goals was the worst. Have you ever heard that some of this ever happened before? I didn't heard it. But
I don't know about that specific scenario. I know there's been weird things that have happened with tosses. I feel like one time I've seen 2 people like both teams call it in the air. I feel like I've seen that. And then, I've seen refs not really understanding what's been called and having to retoss it. Like,
I think there was that one game where, like, I don't know, Team A called tails, and the ref had heads in his mind, and it was the other way around. Anyway, they messed it up, and this is why they now repeat, your call is heads or tails. Like, this is the one game I remember, but I don't remember any overtime game where they messed up the coin toss call like they did in our game. But as Sam said before, maybe they did us a favor. I mean, we will never know how the game would have ended if they
just speaking of how the game would have ended, what I was like most impressed was down the stretch is when we actually played our best football. We scored, I think, was it 12 points in the fourth, I think. And then we scored, obviously, in overtime. Like, defense gets off the field, and then we get the walk-off touchdown. So when it mattered most was actually when we played our best football. And we've done that plenty of times this year. It's about, like, you know, we're actually, so far this year, we've been able to finish games, whereas previous years and previous maybe kind of teams, I know there's some players that are the same, that are still here, but previous Colts years, you know, we've seen where we just can't finish games, whereas that's what's impressed me most this year, is we actually seem to be able to finish the job. So yeah, that's a really good sign.
Yeah, Danny Dimes. I mean, I don't think he had his best game of the season by any stretch, but the throw at Tyler Warren in overtime, that was as clutch as it gets. I mean, the catch as well. Catch was phenomenal, and we should also say that the fourth down throw and catch at the end of the game to set up the field goal for the tie. Yeah, very clutch, great throws. You know, didn't look panicked. The fourth down one, obviously, they sent the blitz and he went straight to his hot receiver, the guy that he trusted, and Tyler Warren came up big. So, yeah, 2 massive throw and catches for those guys at the end of the game.
Yep. We have Tyler again. The rest was confused on the intentional corner on the first down in the first quarter. Yeah, we already talked about it. No one knows what they were doing there. It was super crazy.
We were just in line with the end zone. I mean, how they took so long to call that? It was absolutely no one near him. I don't know why it took so long for them to even call the intentional grounding.
And we have Andy. Pleasure to have you here, Andy. Super content this week, lads. Cheers. He was talking about the Falcons taking this timeout before the fourth down. I think that's the one you just talked about, Sam, with the catch from Tyler Warren.
Yeah.
What the hell did the Falcons did there? Why they took a timeout?
It was a strange, you know, there wasn't really going to be enough time left on the clock for them to do anything anyway. I don't really know what they were thinking. But yeah, I mean, I'll say cheers to the Falcons for doing it. You know, it settled us down, gives us time to think about what we're doing, but just some odd time management. Like, I mean, I think that happens all over the league. Like, it feels like coaches might need to start practicing these kind of late game scenarios a bit more, because they seem in the heat of the moment do some pretty odd things. You know, I mean, Steichen's done some weird stuff with. He's more the opposite. You know, he's the not going to call the timeout guy. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it was strange.
Do you think the fact if it's a touchback now, you get, isn't it the 35 you get the ball at now? Do you think that's led to a bit like that's coming into the coaches' minds, because you're at you start with the 35. Was there about, what did we say, 20 seconds left? I mean, if it's supposed one good play and you are in field goal range, I'm not saying I agree with it, but I'm just trying to get into maybe the Falcons thinking of it. Do you think that might have been one good play and you're in field goal range?
Yeah, that's what I've been thinking the Falcons would have done with this timeout. So I wasn't that much surprised it took a timeout, because they had like all 3 timeouts back in the they had like all 3 timeouts, so they had like 20 seconds on the clock, so enough time to get in field goal range, and a field goal would have won it for them. So yeah, I mean,
but we didn't have a timeout left, and they basically gave us time to coordinate the 4th and 2.
Yeah.
So
that's the other side of it. So yeah, it's kind of
I think it was
taking a poison, I guess.
Well, kind of. It was almost like a bit pessimistic from their side of things. It's like, oh well, they're definitely going to score some points here. Let's take it. And we weren't necessarily going to, like, the aggressive mode, which probably is what Steichen would do, is not call the timeouts and and put it on his own team to make the stop, rather than thinking we're not going to make the stop, we're going to have to go and score some points after it is. And yeah, it helped us out massively.
The way I'd look at it, if I'm the Falcons, the Colts would probably rather you take the timeout, because for the field goal unit, I think it's massive the fact that they're not rushing on the kicker. Like, it makes their job a lot easier. You know, they weren't rushing to get on the field and go through and get the ball snapped and all. So I think the Colts probably would have been happy enough when they saw the Falcons take a timeout. And the way I'd always look at it is, if the other team are happy that you're doing something, you're probably making an error, would be fair enough to say. Yeah. And just to go back, sorry, I know we moved on from this, but the Tyler Warren catch on 4th down, like, he's an absolute dog. It was a phenomenal catch. When that ball was in the air,
Cheers to the Bears front office.
Sorry?
I said cheers to the Bears front office.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know what they were doing picking Loveland. But when that ball was in the air, I was heart and mouth. I was like, oh, you know, because there was very little separation. Yeah, I think the DB like kind of had his hand kind of in the catch radius. So I think Warren did show great strong hands. Sorry, I know we kind of moved on from that, but I did just want to mention that.
Yeah, I mean, one other thing I'd touch on quickly is that I mean, special teams started off pretty roughly. I mean, you can't leave a 53-yarder short. That's the one thing you can't do. But after that, I think, and even that, you know, end of the game, 25-25, like Ulrich said, you know, you kick it in the end zone, they're on the 35, you know. It was a great end of the game kick that we then covered excellently. And they took it out to somewhere like the 22-23, I think it was. So I think we came up big, you know. Abdullah, Doolan both had big returns, downs. I mean, I still don't want to see him back there getting injured, but he looked good returning it as well. So I think we started off poorly, but the special teams came up really big towards the end.
Yeah, fully agree. They have to get a shout out as well. Like, complimentary football is what they call it, and definitely they came up big, and they definitely had a big part in helping the Colts get over the line. So yeah, no, they definitely do deserve a special mention. Now, at the same time, if you're the Falcons, kick coverage, you're saying what the hell are we doing? Because it seemed like any time the Falcons might have been getting a little bit of momentum, the Colts return would set them up in great field position. So yeah, if like, put it this way, if the roles were reversed, as a fan, I'd be fairly fuming. I'd be saying, what are we doing here on special teams, you know? So
yeah, I mean, the punt in overtime was terrible. It was an awful punt.
Yeah,
absolutely. So yeah, on that timeout, Bjorn is on page 2. It's like the Falcons didn't lose the game because the Colts were the better team. They lose at the end because they took the timeout when we didn't have one. So yeah, it's like basically the same we did. We said,
yeah,
we have Mr. Morgan's music. I don't know by the name who is it, but anyone have a good place for scooter lessons? I can imagine who was it.
Yeah, I don't really know what that's about.
So that's Craig from Wales.
Yeah. But yeah.
Next question.
Okay, let's move on. Tyler again. Did the guys think they were called that an incomplete pass, a fumble instead after a review? We have had bad luck before. I mean, when I saw it on the replay, I was sure they can't call it a fumble. They must call it an incomplete pass. Yeah. But before that, I was shitting my pants, to be honest.
I'm the opposite as you, Andreas. When I saw when I saw it live, I was like incomplete, and then when I saw the replays, I won't lie, I was worried. But the only saving grace was the call on the field. I was like, that might save us. If call on the field, they said fumble, that's not getting reversed. I don't think. So I think the call on the field is what saved us there. That's just my opinion anyway.
I don't know. You have to look at the rule. When I saw it on the field, I was like, it's incomplete. I told some bunch of Falcons guys were sitting right behind me to the left of me. They were like, "Oh, that's a fumble." I was like, "No, he's not completing the catch because you have 2 feet down and then a football move and that wasn't completed." So, and the replay shows it too. Like, I think there's no reason you could have called that a fumble. I mean, I would have rushed down the field if they call it a fumble. Like that. If you look just strictly the rule, that's not a fumble at all. Like he didn't complete like the third step and the football move. So yeah, I think it was incomplete all the time. And one call the refs got right. It was this one.
Yeah, I think he's almost was like kind of swapping hands with the ball, wasn't it? Then to me, it never really looked like he had full control of it. His feet were moving, but yeah, it didn't feel like he'd completed it. So I mean, I'm very happy. I guess if it was the other way around, I'd probably be screaming blue murder about how it should have been a fumble. But we'll always take the tight ones when we can get them. We know as Colts fans we've had our fair share of calls go the wrong way, so we'll take them when they come.
Yeah, definitely.
So after that game, yeah, sorry, go on.
I was just going to say, I do think that the call on the field saved us. I don't think personally they would have reversed whichever way they went. I feel like around the league this year as well, they really are trying to ensure that they're not changing calls on the field too much. So
yeah,
we have another question by Björn. He was like, I don't know if you have talked about the atmosphere in the Olympic Stadium, and he's totally right. We forgot about that.
Yeah,
the atmosphere was amazing for me. I think I've never seen an international game. I mean, the most of them I've seen on TV, which was so one-sided by the fans, so close to a home game than this one. That was really amazing. I mean, it started with having JJ up there in the stadium announcer position. His voice on third downs is just hyping up everyone. But all the fans were just super amazing, super cool. It was, yeah, I mean, Americans were laughing about this the Ola wave thing we did, like
the Mexican wave.
It had like 15 rounds or something like that.
Yeah, the Mexican wave. Yeah, that was cool. But the atmosphere was incredible, and I did think that we were very loud on third down. Actually, we didn't get. I haven't said that. Did Falcons get any false starts? I don't think so.
No.
But yeah, I was really impressed with how loud the Colts fans were on third down. Like, I was at the NFL, the Dublin game there, like a month or two ago, and you know the way that's big Pittsburgh. Like, it was probably about 70% Pittsburgh Steelers fans, but I thought the atmosphere in the Olympiastadion in Berlin on Sunday was a lot better than the atmosphere in Croke Park, and that's coming from an Irish man. So
yeah, I think for me, I've been to plenty of international games in London, and yeah, just agreeing with what Andrea says is you never really feel like you know who the home team is. You normally get, it's just like a melting pot of fans from all different teams. And when it comes to things like third down, it doesn't really differentiate between the teams who've got the third down. So I think it was awesome to hear us get as loud as we did on those third downs. I thought that was great. I mean, and I guess some of that probably has to go down to like Bjorn Werner as well, I guess, because you've probably got plenty of neutral fans at the stadium that were cheering for the Colts because of him. So I think that definitely helped. So
yeah, it would probably be an injustice if we didn't talk about country roads. I thought
did you sing it the right way though? Did you all sing it the right way? I learned the right way from some Indiana guys. Like, you don't say West Virginia, you say Indiana at this part of the song. So I sang it the right way. So I don't know if you guys knew about it, but I mean the atmosphere at the Olympic Stadium. I've been to plenty of games in London and the one in Frankfurt, but this game blew my mind. I mean, you could see it when we finished our fan march in front of the stadium. You saw like the guys coming from the subway. There was so much blue. There was so much blue. I was like, this could be like home, like close to a home game in Indianapolis. And it almost was. Like, I couldn't believe how loud the crowd was on third down, especially at the end of the game. Like, as long as the game did go, like the crowd were much more involved in all this kind of stuff. And also the country roads. I mean, it's a German tradition now, I guess, like the country roads. Yeah, it can't be a game in Germany without the country roads. And yeah, definitely has been, like, as you guys said before, like the best atmosphere in an international game I've ever been.
My phone exploded immediately after country roads.
I could imagine.
Would you guys agree that the atmosphere in Berlin there in the Olympia Stadium was a lot better than the atmosphere in Frankfurt? I would say so, but I'm trying to figure out, is that just recency bias? But I don't think it is. I think it was a lot better.
Yeah, I think it was a lot better. Obviously, it's bigger. I think there's 30-odd thousand more people, I guess, between the two states, something along those lines. But yeah, I would say obviously the Patriots were the home team in Frankfurt, weren't they? And it never really felt. I felt like we were louder, but that's probably just because we were shouting. So it sounded louder in my head. But I think the atmosphere was fantastic on Sunday. It was just unbelievable.
I found it very good as well. I don't know if people around you, but there was people throwing flags. Like if a flag came on the pitch, they were breaking up the yellow flags. Obviously, it's dependent where you were in the stadium, and then they were throwing like the little bits of the yellow flag as well. Yeah, all round 10 out of 10 atmosphere.
We have Brian saying Guten Tag to the Colts fans.
Guten Tag, Brian.
And Björn is asking, what do you guys think Colts will be back in Germany and where? Actually, I heard rumors that the Colts will be the home team every Berlin game. I'm not sure what's on it. So just heard it. I think today in the morning or yesterday. So that would be on the one side would be super cool. But I would love to see the Colts in a different city. Because though cool the Olympic Stadium is, there are much better stadiums in Germany for American football, like Frankfurt and Munich. I think these are the perfect fits for American football in Germany. But yeah, I would take Berlin too, like every 2 years.
Do you think there's no chance that they're back next year? Is that out of the question, or?
So it's usually it's every year. This year, all AFC teams had a home game abroad. So it was like the Steelers, us, Jags, and whatever. And because this year the AFC teams have, because of the schedule, because of 17 games, they have 9 home games.
Yeah.
So, and next year the NFC will have the 9 home games. So all the international game hosts. So it was like that in the last, I don't know, 10 years or something. Not that long since we have 17 games.
Yeah.
It is like that. So I would be super surprised if they change it next year and will not have the NFC teams as home teams.
Yeah, fair
Yeah,
enough.
I think also the some like the Lions and other NFC teams have like the marketing rights in Germany, Austria, and the Swiss. So I guess not next year, guys. Be honest, we would take Berlin every other year.
That's
Like
what I said.
I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care. I would be there.
Let's put it that way.
Yeah. If somebody is listening from the Colts, like we want it every other year in Berlin, if that's the way to go to. So yeah.
When we have Tyler again, Tyler is from Indy, and he was super impressed how they captured the home game feeling, with the anvil and the piano hitting it. Yeah, when we had JJ in here in the podcast a few weeks ago, he told us that they really tried to get as much from the Lucas Oil Stadium into the Olympic Stadium. So it was the original anvil. They shipped it with a overseas. It was too heavy for an airplane, so it took like 2 weeks to get it in here or something like that. So yeah, they just wanted us to have in the home game. That's super cool, and I think that's what made it so special compared to other international games. Other teams just come here and then play like, yeah, we're a home team. The Colts wanted to have a home game stadium.
Yeah. That's what I heard from the guys I met from India and also from the Blue Crew. They told me like we saw all the pregame stuff they have in Indianapolis. So yeah, like you said, Andreas, I think they really did a good job just to give you the full Colts experience and really make it feel like a home game for the Colts. So yeah, they did an awesome job.
Bjorn again thinks the atmosphere in Berlin was better than it was in Munich and in Frankfurt. Yeah, I think also a lot of people I talk about in the last few days since I'm back home, they were also like, no, we were super jealous we didn't join that game because it felt like just the best atmosphere in Germany, yeah, ever happened. So, oh yeah, Tyler was scared that anyone from the defense get slippery and got hurt. Been this game. So if anyone got hurt into the stadium just slipping out, they wouldn't come back.
Okay.
So
Yeah, you don't want to play getting concussions, slipping over the track, doing a celebration. Do you?
Yeah.
I mean,
guys,
this is not
yeah.
as bad as the old fake hamstring celebration that people keep doing. I feel like that needs to be outlawed because if I see one of our players do that, I'm going to just panic.
So guys, we usually just wanted a short episode because of our voices. Actually, we went on pretty long, but it was a pleasure with us, with you guys.
Yeah, it was probably the longest episode I've ever been in from Colts Beer. So my voice is getting worse and worse now again. So thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks Emil for having me, lads. It's been a pleasure. And once again, I just really want to reiterate the supporters club are a bunch of legends. So hopefully we can meet up very soon.
Yeah, loved having you, Connor. Thanks for coming on, man.
No bother, anytime.
And before we finish, I will try another thing.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this. Yeah,
It worked? No, it's not working.
oh, no, it stopped.
Oh no, it is now. No, I think it. Yeah, Blue. We should probably have chatted about Blue. Yeah.
There she is. Does Irina have that as her screensaver yet, Andreas?
So, yeah.
Well, thanks for putting that back in my head now for the rest of the evening.
It happened yesterday in the morning. I was walking to the restroom, so I was like, duh, 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 duh. Oh, so it was a pleasure with you, Connor. It was a pleasure to have you with us. Ulrich, as always, your savior. So thanks everybody for listening. See you next week. Then we will talk about the Chiefs next week. Have a good one. See you next week. Bye.
Cheers, guys.
Thank you. Bye. Cheers. Go Colts.
Cheers. Go Colts.
Welcome.